The following podcast is brought to you exclusively by the Rad Rob Radio Network.
On this edition of Straight Up 5 with Johnny Petraglia Jr., we welcome PBA legend Charlie Tapp to the show. Charlie is a 3-time national titleist on the PBA Tour and a 2-time Senior Tour winner, now the PBA 50. And a hell of a guy. He's been in our chat for years now. He's a fan of the show, and we're a fan of his. We can't wait to get him on, so let's not waste any more time. Oh, we also have special guest host Mike Val. Come on. It's going to be a banger. Straight Up 5 without Johnny Petraglia Jr. starts now.
This is PBA champion Kyle Troop.
Hey y'all, Jacob Ledger here.
Hey guys, Chuck Ritchie here, formerly of Bowl TV.
Hey guys, this is Ryan Schaefer of track staff at Valley Bowling Center in Waverly, New York.
And you're listening to Straight Up 5 with Johnny Petraglia Jr.
Yo, the boys from Straight Up 5, Rad Rob, Dr Ocho, and of course JP Jr.
As you know, JP Jr. used to be introduced as the sexiest man in bowling, and now the world. But he doesn't have the best hair in the world. I do. Sorry, bud, but you know the deal. Pick it out. Fear the fro, baby.
Welcome to Straight Up 5 with Johnny Petraglia Jr. A hard-hitting, in-depth, cutting-edge look into the world of bowling. This podcast will not only cover all things bowling, but will also give you a raw look into real-life issues. You'll get unfettered access into the mind of one of the most gifted bowlers of this or any other generation.
Strike, and they claim it. Similarly does it.
So without further ado, let's introduce you to the hosts of the show. Rad Rob Francois. Rad Rob Francois. Dr Ocho. And our special guest host, Mike Val.
Hey guys, welcome back to Straight Up 5 with Johnny Petraglia Jr. Technically. I'm your host, Rad Rob Francois. This is episode number 175. Sure do.
I do.
We have a very special guest tonight and a guest host. I am super excited to bring both of them in. But before we do, let's see who's here in the Chizat. We got Billy M. What's going on, brother? Nico Puhar, our resident statistician and reporter. Oh, throwing an I do in the chat.
I do.
What's going on, brother? Jules Stone is here. What's up, BSJ83? Hopefully JP isn't AWOL again this week. Apparently you need to join our Facebook group, Straight Up 5. Send an invite. I'll accept it. Chuck Ritchie, what's up, brother? And the oldest to ever shoot 300 in PBA competition, Charlie Tapp. Until I get there. What's going on, Chuck? It's good to see you, brother. Will JP actually... No, he's not going to show up. I do. What's up?
I do.
Chuck with another cut every time?
I do.
Chuck's with the I do as well. What's up, Daniel Young? What's going on, Dan? Jackie V's in the house. What's up, Mrs. Val? What a lovely picture of my... Yeah, I know. I had to throw that in there. Michael Hanlon is here. What's going on? Welcome, everybody. We are glad to have you here. Let me bring in my first co-host. He is a staple of Straight Up 5. He is the one that actually shows up every single week. He's the resident doctor of Straight Up 5. He is the house hack from Howell Lanes. He has the biggest guns on this podcast. Dr. Ocho. What's up, Oach?
I think we should just not even put Mike's picture up. I don't know where Johnny is, honestly. This was all news to me. I just do this. I walk around. I do like this.
Yep.
I do like this.
Yep.
And I think we should leave a picture of that instead of...
Hi, I'm super excited to be able to wish Ocho a happy birthday today.
Hello, Nicole. Happy birthday, Nicole.
Damn, it's shit. It's still... Look at this thing. 4 years, man. 4 years.
I know.
God damn. No.
What do you mean show up every week? Sometimes he's on daddy duty. Well, I mean, all right. There was that one time he didn't show up.
Could be. Ocho's on daddy duty. Ocho was fixing a toilet 2 weeks ago. Nobody cared.
I cared. I mean, I did.
Didn't even a rat's fucking ass.
You are spicy tonight.
Put the picture of Mike and his wife up, and that's it. And he can talk over it. That's it. Or he can talk through a little rasp right by his mouth or something like that. That's all we need.
Let's bring in our special co-host. He is formerly of the Bone and Zano Zone show with Justin Bone.
Yeah, fired?
What else did he have? He had Over the Cap. That was like 3 weeks.
He get fired?
Let's see. He's doing Down Memory Lane now.
He get fired?
Did he get fired? I mean, how do you get fired from your own show?
I don't know.
I mean, Johnny might, but
no, it's his own show.
Anyways, he is a very good friend of ours. He is the one and only Mike Val. What's up, Mikey? Thanks for being here, bro.
I didn't get fired, but I don't know if that's Dr. Ocho or I'm looking at Ravishing Rick Rude in the right-hand part of the screen. I mean, that guy is... Who
the heck is this guy, man? Get him over to them. I can do this all day.
It's like a cross between Rick Rude and Dino Bravo. I mean, you are a handsome fellow.
Because I do have a bit of a belly, too. You're right. You're not wrong.
That's why you only look from the neck up. You don't want to see from the neck down.
That's why we go from here to here. That's it. You smart? This guy knows because I'm disgusting from here down.
Yeah, he's all up about it.
Worse than Rob.
No, nobody.
No, I'm not worse than Rob.
No. Ocho, he didn't get fired. Justin canceled it. I think that's more accurate, right?
It was a tariff issue. We were dealing with tariffs before the tariff.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Makes sense.
So, Mike, in lieu of your special visit tonight, I actually had somebody that was excited that you were coming on. I have a very special video I want to play for you and the rest of our crew. Oh, hold on. PD's in the chat. What's up, P-Dom? We have a very special super fan of the show that wanted to send us a special message. Let's hear from our number one super fan.
Good evening. I just wanted to send my warmest regards. They're so warm, very warm, to the fine crew and chat at Straight Up 5, Rad Rob. Rob, Francois is, quote, possibly, at least in my opinion, the greatest podcaster in the entire universe. Dr. Ocho, while very handsome, may not be the best podcaster. He has some very unique qualities other than voting for Adam Kokesh. Dr. Ocho can remember every Steelers score since the beginning of time. Coach LeBeau even said the same thing. Johnny, oh Johnny, wherefore art thou, Johnny? I'm sure he will be back at some point. As far as this new guy filling in, he's got some big shoes to fill, but he's a wealth of knowledge about bowling and about the local buffets. Lastly, I wanted to shout out the wonderful chat and viewers of Straight Up 5, the best, truly the best. Congrats on the YouTube partnership and have a great show.
I mean, how many bowling shows get a shout out from the 45th and 47th president of the United States? I'm just saying.
I'm speechless.
Right? I mean, record breaking.
That was real, was it?
Of course it was.
Oh, absolutely. That's not fake news.
No,
never is.
Absolutely.
No, absolutely not.
We don't do shit that's fake.
You know, Chuck Ritchie, I see Chuck all the time. He's I got to get a piece of his autographed tape that he so frequently brags about.
You got to guess the right score. I mean, he's very strict about giving that out.
I know. Between him and Weber, it's very hard. You know, autographed tape, Starbucks cups. It's very, very.
So who started that first? Was it Chuck or Pete?
I think that was a Pete thing. I'm not sure. Again, I don't want to get fake news.
Combination on his own. Come on.
Yeah, that makes sense. Charlie's having trouble getting on. He was on and off. His camera wasn't working.
All right, so we're done then, right? Because I gotta go. I gotta go do a bunch of stuff. I'm good.
He forgot to rip Jeff Riggles. Yeah, I mean that's self-explanatory. That's fair. Brian Olsen's in the house. What's going on, brother? Hey, Sperone, what's up, buddy?
That's another guy you hate. Jesus Christ, Rob.
What's Sperone? I haven't seen that guy in a hot minute. What's up there, John? It's been a long time.
I started the tape a week before PDW. Yeah, sure you did, Chief. Sure. Dr. Interrupto. That's Ocho's new name. Sperone came up with that. Hey, Fef's in the house. What's going on? Valenzano and Tapwater.
I will fuck him up. Don't worry about it.
No, that's fair. Charlie is working on it, so we'll Thanks, Pfaff. I appreciate it.
So, Rob, I had, in my minor league show of Down Memory Lane, this is the minors compared to the majors right here. I had Charlie Tapp on about maybe a month or so ago, maybe a month and a half.
Hey, Charlie.
Hey, I had Charlie and Mike Miller together.
Oh, wow.
And those two, when you think of like the history of the PBA, you always hear of things that Tapp did and all his crazy antics and whatnot. And then you put Miller into the mix with all the crap he did. I'm sure you've heard of those stories.
Oh, yeah.
It was literally just sat back for 2 hours and just hand them the ball and they ran with it.
That's really awesome, dude.
And I'm sure Tapp will get into some stuff. He's fantastic.
If he ever figures out how to use his computer.
Yeah, we'll do it next week.
Yeah.
So Mike, it's good to have you here, man. You haven't been on the show in quite a while. Last time you were here, you were doing the X League thing.
Yeah, we don't talk about that anymore.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah,
no, apparently not. Another thing he failed at. Okay. Should we just talk about the Ultimate Warrior figurine then? At least we could do that.
Can we get Mr. Roboto playing as an over for my introduction?
Shit! Oh my God! We can. Oh man, he's standing on the pub. Oh jeez.
Next week we'll do that.
This guy.
Standing on the
so
bar.
Good as a nasty ass drunk.
Who, me?
What happened to you? You were so good. What happened to you?
Okay, I can see Charlie now. So, all right. So before we bring him in, hey, shut up.
Bring him in there.
The big boy's talking. Anyway, Charlie is here now. I can see his camera.
Yeah, way to go.
As custom as we always do here with Straight Up 5, whenever we have a first-time guest, we play a highlight package. So here is a highlight package of the one and only PBA legend, not Ocho, Charlie Tapp.
A 7-pin. A 7-pin, and Charlie Tapp, miraculously, he can't believe it, but it's a great performance, shooting a 239. Cook will be in the 230s, but it's a Tapp victory, the first since '83. Charlie Tapp has just fought his way into the Firestone Tournament of Champions with a 5-pin victory over Steve Cook, 239 to 234. Overcoming the greatest of odds, winning 4 matches, the Greater Hartford Open Championship, as Ken West and Rad Burnham will present a $23,000 check plus a trophy. Charlie Tapp wins in Windsor Locks, Connecticut.
And it would slide off. You don't want to wish somebody bad luck.
Almost got to the channel, though.
This is competition for a lot of money. Difference between first and second of $13,000.
Tapp needs 8 pins to shut Marshall Holman out, and Charlie Tapp is a very happy man. He's not a very emotional fellow, as you mentioned, but look at him. Happiness.
That's about as much as you'll see right there.
Yes,
Jay.
sir.
But inside, Charlie is just, right now, there's a lot of things going on, and not only in his mind, but in his heart. He's made it all the way back, and he knows it.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my esteemed pleasure to bring in the one and only PBA legend, Mr. Charlie Tapp. Charlie, good evening, sir. Oh, you're muted.
He's muted.
How about now?
There we go.
We got it!
Hey, this is for Mike.
Oh, wow.
The old perfect wrist.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Not bad, huh?
Is it TW or WT? Because they both look forward and backward the same.
It's
That's PW. Actually, that was...
PW. Oh, I thought it was T. Oh, never mind. Forget I said it.
Actually, that was made in Hartford, Connecticut.
Yep, that's my old stomping grounds. I actually I grew up there at Bradley Bowl. I was a bowling rat.
He was a bowling ball,
there.
that's for sure.
Yeah,
I miss it.
Pikachu, Bill Spigner, and I think it was Bob Burnham.
Bob Burnham ran the snack bar. Red was the manager. Yeah, they're both gone, unfortunately.
Snacks.
Bradley's pretty much gone too. It's now an entertainment center, Tapper. It's bad. It's no longer what it used to be.
Yeah, that place was so much fun. Oh man, I used to run numbers at the highlight for the desk guys. We used to go down, Bob Chamberlain and I and a couple other guys, and then I'm trying to remember the guy's name that worked the counter there. Dark rim glasses. He wanted to steal the jet across the street at the airport.
That might have been Nano.
He got lost one night.
I like the guy.
I took him home.
Yeah.
You know, he goes, so why don't we go over there and steal that thing? I said, yeah, okay, sure, why not? What the hell?
I'm all
I haven't been in a jet for a while, you know. So
Hartford Highlight, man, I remember that. That used to be a hot thing back in the day.
Oh God, it was great. We would if we would get there, we'd get there on Monday, and the Hartford Highlight was dark on Monday, so we'd go down to Milford.
Yep.
So the biggest check I had on the winter tour in 1985 was I hit a trifecta at Milford Highlight. How bad is that?
That's pretty bad.
You showed the video, Rob, of him winning in Hartford.
Yeah.
Charlie, I mean, did Cook not want to kill you? How many crossovers did you have against Cook? Like 3, 4?
I had 3.
Yeah.
Jeez. Well, you know what's funny is that
terrible.
When I got to the Firestone, his stuff was next to mine, and so I go in there. I think it was on Sunday. It had to be Sunday afternoon or early Sunday night. And so anyway, I walk in, and he's the first guy I see, you know. And I said, "You pissed off at me?" And he goes, "No." He said, "Shit, no." He said, "Well," he said, because he told me, he said he beat Earl with 6 Brooklyns in Garden City. And he said, so, you know, he said, yeah, it's just, I don't know if it evened out, you know, if it evened out or whatever, but so I'm glad it was me, you know.
What was your best effort?
Yeah, might as well bet on me, but he was cool. You know, I mean, I always got along with him, and, you know, I always had a lot of fun with him. So.
Rob, Charlie told me a story once. And this one, this can be shared, obviously. That he took Steve out to a gentleman's club with Hutch.
Yeah,
and he was staying at Albie's house. And I'm going to just shut up and let Charlie take the ball here for a second.
Yeah, well, Joe Hutchinson and I were hanging around the bowling center in Indianapolis, and it got to be about midnight and stuff like that. So, and Steve came out of the bar. And he was a little inebriated, you know, and so he was staying at Mike Albie's house, you know, and so anyway, he's standing there talking to Hutch, and he goes, you know, he says, I miss home and everything, and so Hutch told him, he says, nothing beats being home like not being home than going to a gentleman's club. So we took him to this place in Indianapolis, and. Yeah, we walk in, it's full of bowlers. You know, every bowler in the tournament's practically in there. And so we walk in, and it's kind of a long stage, you know, horseshoe kind of stage. And he goes, well, I'd like to get real close, you know. And we're like, all right, well, there's no seats. Whoop.
Oh, my God.
Well, look out. I said, there's no seats, but, you know, all right, we'll figure something out. So anyway, he went up to a couple of guys, and he said, are you guys ready to leave? And they just kind of turned and, you know, kind of looked at it like that. And they go, yeah, we're ready to go. So anyway, we sat down there and oh God, I don't know how long we were there. Probably a couple 3 hours. So it's 3:00 in the morning, and we don't even know where Albie lives, you know. And the Cookie Monsters, he's had a couple of toddies, you know. And so we get in the car, and he goes, okay, I think I can find a place. So we go there. It's like about 3:15, and we ring the doorbell. And Mike's wife comes to the door. Oh, my God. She was as red as your hat. Oh, was she pissed off? And we're like, Well, you could have brought him home earlier. Well, yeah, but he was having a good time. He misses home. So anyway, well, we leave and we got, gosh, can't be pissed off, So Hutch goes, the worst thing is we got to go back there tomorrow and get him his car. So we had to see her again in the morning, and oh God, yeah, she was not too happy.
I wouldn't have thought in a million years that Steve Cook would be in a strip joint. That just he looked straight laced.
That makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense. When you're big like that, you can do whatever you want.
That was Hutch's fault, not mine, because I would never do anything like that.
No, of course not.
No, blame the other person, man, for sure.
Straight as an arrow.
Charlie took the collar off tonight. His priestly collar he took off to come on.
Yeah, I took that off. Yeah, I took that off tonight. I didn't want you guys to feel bad.
Me too. You've been in and out of our chat for a while now, and we do appreciate that. And I've wanted to have you on the show for forever. I just I apologize for not having you on sooner because I was a big fan watching you.
Thanks. I appreciate that. Yeah, I loved Hartford. In fact, one of the other really funny things that happened there was back. Remember when they had the AMF had the old settee areas, and it kind of went like this, and it was a diamond shape, and the table was in the middle, and the phone was there.
I actually remember that too.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm crossing with Mike Albee, and none of us are bowling with a crap. And Mike usually doesn't say a whole lot, But anyway, so we're going. It's hotter than hell in the place, and none of us are bowling with a crap. So anyway, there's a pin in the gutter or something, or the ball is stuck or something. So Albee picks up the phone and he hits the button, and I'm sitting there waiting and watching him, and all of a sudden he says, "Well, no shit," He's got to be pissed off because if he's hollering like that, and I goes, "What's the matter?" He says the guy picks up the phone. He goes, "Bradley Bowl."
Oh my God! What the? Oh my God!
But I said, "I can't believe you said that." He goes, "Oh," he said, "the way this day's going." But Mike's a really good guy. Oh,
that is hilarious. That is funny. Yeah. I told the story last week when I used to work there when the tour came in. I'd be in the back in the boiler room like child labor. I was like 9 or 10 years old. And I was cleaning all of the plastic telescores because back then, obviously they put them up on the projector.
Oh yeah.
You write in a marker, everybody scores. So I used to be in the back, just spraying them with cleaner and wiping them. I mean, thousands of telescores, just wiping them off. These long plastic sheets.
No, was that the hard plastic PBA ones?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, man, that was a hell of a job.
Oh God.
But yeah, that's the old days, before the electronic, scorekeepers and all that.
The scorekeepers love that too because those light bulbs never got hot.
No, of course not. Jesus, yeah. It's like the night ring of the sun.
What was so bad, back then, a lot of guys smoked, and you had the telescores, and they were just blazing, and that guys smoking. Putting cigarette butts out in the thing, so the ashtrays are there. There's smoke blowing. I mean, oh my God, it was crazy. It was crazy.
Those were the days, man. The 80s, I'm telling you.
Charlie, when did you go on tour? When did you start on tour?
I started the fall of 78. I bowled 3 tournaments in 78. In fact, the first tournament I ever bowled was here in Battle Creek, and actually how I got started. I mean, everybody wonders, like the big stars, how they get going. See, I had this.
Whoa.
Oh yeah. I mean, if I needed to dig deep down, right there, that's my man, Billy.
How to be a better bowler.
Yeah. How about that? Huh? Sure. It works sometimes too. So yeah, so you gotta have something like that to live on. I don't even know where I got that. It was like some garage sale.
I mean, obviously it worked because you made the tour.
Yeah. How bad could it be?
Right.
Rob's using a Coke thing right now. Just FYI.
That's
what are you doing?
Doing Coke. I'm doing Coke.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got the sniffles. But no, so your first win was in '83, correct?
Yes, sir.
At the Nevada Open, and of all the videos on YouTube, I couldn't find.
You mean in Seattle? Yeah,
or Seattle. I'm sorry. Everything. Yeah. Usually, every tournament is on YouTube, but for whatever reason,
that one isn't on there.
Is the '83 AC Delco on there by any chance, Rob? Did you find that one? That's Charlie's second title. That wasn't his title, but
yes, that one's on there. But they had the DHO in the '89. They had.
Look at how I made that guy a star. Huh?
Did. Did you know that, Rob?
No, I didn't know.
Yeah.
I don't want to step on take Charlie's thunder here, but
go, man,
go.
He made the show with Alameda, the Los Angeles, Alameda, where the hell it was?
Alameda, yeah.
And what, you qualified third?
Yeah, I think I was. I was third.
Yeah, so he bowled. Who'd you bowl? You bowled Soper.
I bowled Soper.
Beat him.
And then I bowled.
Are you saying sober or Soper?
Which Soper?
Barely sober.
I thought he said sober, and I was like, oh man, shit.
He's still around. He's tending bar down in Lake Havasu.
No shit.
Didn't he coach something? No, he was one of the league guys. No, he was a rep guy for something a while ago. Not a rep guy. He was on the tour.
He did the scores. He was like the
or early OOs or something like that.
He would bowl and he would still do the statistician stuff in the mid or early '90s.
Yeah,
I remember him being on.
He made the show every week, just never got airtime.
Yeah, exactly.
That guy could bowl.
Really?
No, he's very good.
He shot 300 on him, right? Didn't he shoot 300 on TV?
He did.
Yeah.
He was a consistent moneymaker. He would cash just about every single week.
He had one shot like I did. He would throw it up to 5 or up to 30 or 25.
Yeah. Either way, it was straight.
But it was dead straight. It was always straight.
Yeah, I crossed with him in Toledo one year at the National Championship. And what the hell? I started out 240, 230, and I was only 200 pins behind him. He shot 300, 290 the first two.
Hang in there.
Oh my god!
Yeah. It was like
that just sucks. So like that's got.
My bowling good. Yeah. You're 150 behind you, horse's ass. You know. So
you're in 18th place though. Shit.
Yeah. When you get your ass,
that's not bad.
Oh yeah, it's just he could strike.
So I have to ask this.
He was the one I was most afraid of on that show. Was him.
Really?
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah.
So Rob, we gotta go. We're gonna let Charlie run with this one because this one is good. He gets to the title match.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah,
he gets to the title match and he bowls Toby Contreras. You know who Toby Contreras is?
No.
So Toby is.
Neither did we.
Toby is now. He's the tournament director on the PBA 50 tour.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Basically, Charlie works for him now.
Yeah. How about that?
He was a little. And when Charlie did my show about a month ago, he said, "What the hell was his name? Sam Flanagan, right? Was the guy?"
The game before the position round. I'm bowling Sam Flanagan, and Sam goes, "Capper." He goes, "Who the hell is that guy?" And I went, "What are you talking about?" I mean, we didn't even know he was in the tournament. Seriously, we had no idea it was even in the tournament.
Come on, dude.
I swear to God. I
can't think you're lying either. That's the thing.
He goes, watch this guy. He goes, watch this guy, right? And he'd throw a shot, strike, jumping up in the air, over the ball return. I ain't kidding you, right? I'm serious. And I said, who is he? He goes, I don't know. But anyway, then the next thing you know, they're bowling a position round. And he beats Palmer, and he's the leader. And Palmer had a 230, 240 pin lead going into Friday night. And Toby caught him and passed him, and was the leader. Honestly, I didn't know he was even in the tournament. I bowled him.
That's awesome.
I bowled him Friday night. That's the last time. That's the first time I saw him. Then the next time I saw him, he was taking the check. And I was putting two bowling balls through a Coke machine.
There you go.
And that dent stayed there for years. That dent in that Coke machine stayed there for years. Because I got friends of mine that live in Alameda, and they would give me the Coke machine update. So it's probably not. It's not there anymore, obviously.
Right.
But God, was I pissed off? Oh, whew, man.
beat by a guy you didn't even know was in the tournament.
But Rob, he had him beat by like 30 at one point. Going in
the 8th, I had him by 30.
Yeah.
And I was working on a double or a 3-bagger or whatever, and the rack was a little bad. And instead of re-racking it, I just decided to make a little bit of a move to get the ball to cut through the pins a little bit different.
Yeah.
Well, I did, and I Greek churched.
Oof.
And then he struck out. I struck out in the 10th to make him strike out, and he did.
And he jumped you would have thought he won like a gold medal in the Olympics the way this guy was acting.
Yeah,
fuck, I would too. I mean, honestly.
Yeah, it was really crazy, right? So I'm like, if there was ever a lock going into the 9th frame or the 8th frame, I'm like, oh shit, just stay alive.
Right, just keep it on the lane.
Did you win yet? This is your first one, right? You didn't win yet, right?
No, I hadn't won yet. No. And I made the winter before I made like 4 or 5 shows. Then I bowled Earl for a national championship. I made the show at the U.S. Open. Made the show in Vegas. Made the show at every major.
Yeah, you were on TV quite a bit. I do remember that.
So that was brutal.
So you never really bowled.
Get in the car and drive to Vegas.
Oh yeah. You never really bowled that bad on TV. I mean, it just you were up against.
I shot like 730 or something.
I was gonna say, yeah. I mean, you're just up against the best in the world. I mean, it's just.
But then I get to Vegas, and the first guy I see is Roy Buckley, and he goes, Charlie, he said, I've never seen anybody get beat by a guy that's closing his eyes. I go, what the hell are you talking? the guy's throwing breakfast. He's closing his eyes. Holy shit! Anything else?
That's like Happy Gilmore, man.
My God!
You ran up against the wrong guy.
I said, what do you mean? And then I saw the show. I saw a replay of the show the following week or somewhere along the line. I saw it. And he's standing on the approach and he's got his eyes closed. Then I'm sure he's doing.
He really did
of a visualization or something.
He really had his eyes closed on the approach.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm like, wow. I felt pretty good until I got there. I felt pretty good about the whole thing, and then that was it. But,
brutal. That's brutal, dude.
But I mean, after we were done, everybody thought I didn't shake his hand, no nothing. And I stood there with him and his family for probably a half hour. Because I'll tell you, you couldn't have met any nicer people than his mom and dad and his sister, and God rest her soul. You couldn't have met any nicer people. And he's like that today. Everybody thought that that we hated each other. Nah, shit. That's one game of bowling, 50 years ago.
Yeah.
My feelings are still hurt. I cry myself to sleep every January, every January 21st or whatever.
Right, when that date rolls around,
remember that at all.
I have to lock myself in the basement.
James Salisbury says we deserve a Joe Hutch story. You did tell one earlier, but I'm sure you have plenty more.
Yeah, I get. It depends on how bad you want to get.
Hey, we're unfettered here. So
yeah, I'll tell you, he's the funniest guy I've ever met. And the quickest wit, and just kind of anything and everything. It's just. But he would. Let's see. He would come up with stuff I would never think of. He remembers cartoons, the plots of cartoons, the music in cartoon, and I'm like, how the hell do you remember this stuff? But that's how we kind of got along. Is that we both had similar upbringings, to a degree, and we both watched the Three Stooges, and anything that was stupid that was funny we watched, and that's how we became really, really good friends. And actually, I met him through my first roommate was Joe Natoli from Milwaukee, and Joe was a really, really good guy, and so we went to a room to watch some guys play gin, and Joe was one of the guys playing gin. He's a really good card player and really good pool player and stuff like that, and he had a terrible temper. He broke a lamp. He threw the cards. Okay, but if you did that bowling, he'd lay India because that's not how it's supposed to be,
right?
But anyway, so we just got to talk, and we just had all these different, we had all the same outlooks and things liked a lot of the same stuff, and I mean we roomed together for however many years, and we never had an argument.
That's hard to do.
A married couple,
yeah, really,
yeah. And the only time we would argue, the only time we had an argument is that I liked David Letterman and he didn't. That was it.
I mean, if that's the worst of it, then you guys did okay.
Yeah, but
I mean, he did was just the stories and the stuff these two guys.
One guy.
I can imagine.
We were bowling a Pro-Am, and there was this was in Chicago, and there was a guy that would follow. He'd latch on to somebody and follow them the entire week. And I think Mike, I don't know if I told you the story or not, but anyway, he would follow the guy the entire week, and we would see him a couple times a year when we bowled the World Open or something in Chicago, whatever. Well, anyway, so a few years later, we're bowling a Pro-Am, and the seating is the same, because this is the 80s, and the seats came together, and kind of like this, and I'm on the pair on the left, and Hutch is on the pair on the right, and so this guy that I'm talking about, he comes up to me and he says, "Hey Charlie, I wonder if you signed my application." And I said, "Well, for what?" He goes, "Well, for the PBA." And it's terrible. That's terrible. So I mean, he would get up there and his foot would be like on 20. Hopefully people that are watching this know where 20 is.
Right.
His foot is on 20, but the ball's hammering dead into the floor on 5, and it's about this far from his ankle. I mean, it was horrible, right? So, and I said, well, you got to have, you had to average 190 at that point, I think it was,
Yeah.
And I said, "Do you average 190? He goes, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Oh shit, I don't know where the hell he bowls." But what the hell? I don't care. The PBA needs money. I'll sign it. I don't. So anyway, well then now he's gonna bowl with Hutch the next pair or the next game. So we're sitting on the edge of the benches, and here he comes with the clipboard and the application, and he said, "Joey," says, "would you sign my application?" And he goes, "For what?" He said, "The PBA." He goes, "The PBA?" He says, "The PBA?" He goes, "You out of your mind?" And he goes, "You out of your mind?" And he goes, "Well, what do you mean?" He goes, "Have you ever seen yourself bowl?" He goes, "No." He goes, "You stink." You stink. He said, your swing's this far away from your ankle. He said, "I can't even watch the ball without having to plug my ears." Wow. He goes, "No, I'm not signing that." And then, I mean, it was, I said, "Joe, you could," he said, "I'm not the master of tact for nothing."
That's
amazing. Oh God! But I mean, and the guy's a nice guy,
right.
And he just
crushed his lifelong dream in 30 seconds.
Yeah, like Toby did mine. I hope he feels guilty.
BSJ83 wants some Johnny Senior stories.
I don't. Well, wait a minute. Yeah. Well, okay. Yeah, I do have one. Well, I've got a couple, but the second tournament I ever bowled, or no, I'll take that back. The second tournament I ever bowled on the winter tour was in January of '79, and I'll tell you, I have no idea what the hell I'm doing or who I'm doing it with, or I mean, I like the other guy stunk. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. So anyway, I was. I actually bowled a pretty good game, and I had like the front 9 or whatever the hell it was. Yeah, I can't remember if I was bowling with Johnny or next to Johnny. But anyway, so Mark Roth is next to me. So I get up, I get the first one in the 10th for a 10 bagger, and Roth gets up and makes a spare. And the place is going crazy. I'm out here bowling my heart out, sweating bullets, right? So I get up and get the 11th one, and I come back and I'm on the end of the approach, and I'm like, "Hey, hey, this is it. I don't dance, right?" And so Johnny thought that was pretty good, so he invited me to lunch with him and Dave Davis.
Wow.
And then they taught me the finer arts of how to play Keno.
Oh, God.
Nice.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm there literally with $60 in my pocket. I got a motorhome that doesn't run, and I'm 2,000 miles from home. I got $60 in my pocket, right? So we sit down. We have lunch at the coffee shop in the Showboat, and Dave Davis goes, "So you want to play Keno?" Yeah, I said, "Yeah, okay. How much is it?" $8. Like $8? Was he out of your mind? I only got $60 on me, and I'm like 2,000 miles from home. They goes, "Just give me $8." All right. So anyway, he said, "Give me 3 numbers." So whatever the numbers I give him, he goes, "What the hell kind of numbers are those?" I said, "Well, what difference does it make?" I said, "It's 1 to 80, right?" I go, "Those are the 3 numbers I picked." And so anyway, long story short, we ended up winning, I don't know, $300 or $350. I'm shitting in tall cotton. I'm up $125.
Oh yeah.
So anyway, that's how I became friends with those guys, because they invited. I'm sitting at the coffee shop in that Showboat in Vegas, and we've been friends ever since.
That's really cool.
But the other thing with Johnny, him and I stayed together a couple of times. In fact, one year we stayed together in Hartford. This had to be, I don't know, 86, 87, somewhere in there. And it was amazing. He had, after he got done with the practice session, he had a copy of the roster. And he's going through the roster, and he's telling me who's going to make the finals and where they're going to finish and how it's going to happen. And I'm like, I said, "Johnny, we haven't even bowled a Pro-Am yet." He goes, "No, this guy's going to be here. This guy's going to be here. They're going to do this. They're going to do that. This one's going to hit it, blah, 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 blah."
I'm 95% right.
It was all but spot on.
I've heard of that before. I've heard him doing that before. It
was incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, how the hell do you do that?
He paid attention to everybody. I mean, he wanted to know whose competition was. Yeah, right.
I mean, I've never seen anything like that in my life. And that's 38 years ago now.
Wow.
Yeah, he did that, and he's still doing it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, still.
He's a genius, and he's an absolute plethora of knowledge. He's unbelievably intelligent with the game.
Yes,
yeah, that's unbelievable.
I mean, to have that kind of run with Brunswick, I mean, hell, you got to be doing something.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, that's just amazing. Hey, speaking of that, hang on. How about this?
More props. Is that the finger thing?
That's the finger thing.
Same one. I have the same one.
Finger thing, but.
Not kidding. I got the same one. Someone gave it to me at the tournament in Reno.
There you go.
It's still in my bag as we speak.
I've never used that. I didn't even know that was a
Charlie,
thing.
did you ever use that big elbow contraption metal thing for the shoulder?
No, I wasn't smart enough to figure that one out.
That looked like it was just very painful.
Hey, I got a story about this too. So we're
proctologists on the side.
I have a story about this stuff, right?
Okay.
So I think I told this before too, but that's all right. It's good. Anyway, so we were bowling in Hamilton, Ontario, and Johnny had just he just signed to endorse this, and I started bowling pretty good. We were friends, so I tried this, and I guess So anyway, he puts me on staff, and so we're bowling in Hamilton, Ontario, and there's and the place was a dungeon. It was really tough, right? So anyway, so I'm bowling, and I'm like, oh God, I'm just having a hell of a time. So I don't know if I left a solid 8 on a double or whatever it was. So anyway, I took this thing off, and I showed it to the pins, and then I turned around and went like this, like I was shoving it up my ass, right? So anyway, I stop, and I'm like, you know what? This might be a problem. Well, I look up. There's a restaurant that overhangs the bowling center, right? And so everybody that's in the restaurant that has the window seat could see this. So I look up. Who's sitting there? Johnny, Dave Davis, Dave Sutar, and Judy Sutar, and somebody else that was on that staff. And I'm like, oh my God! The only contract I've ever had, or probably will ever get in my life now, is gone. And then they looked up, and they're all laughing. So, but yeah, it's just.
I'm glad they were laughing because
yeah, me too.
Charlie, what would it? So he was talking about the wall, right? The product around the wall the week of the show or the day of the show. So like, if you wore that on the show, what is that paying you for the endorsement?
$2,000
to wear that was $2,000 to wear that on the show.
Wow.
Yeah, and the ones that they were wearing on the show were rubber. They had nothing. They had nothing in them. I mean, I wore it on the show legitimately. When I think I made
got it. Nice.
My man. All the cool kids right there.
Some guy gave it to me in Reno, and I had no clue. And he goes, "Oh, Johnny Petraglia." I'm like, "Oh, the guy who lives 5 miles from me? Yeah, I got it." He's like, "Oh, this guy gave it." I was like, "Okay, tell me how to use it." And he goes, "I can't do that." I was like, "Okay." Never taught me how to use it. I have no clue.
So that's
still got it.
$2,000 to wear that on the show?
Yeah.
That's more than cashing sometimes.
What about a PW? What's that getting you to?
That was $500.
Wow.
Yeah, that was $500. Actually, the PW, it was Skidmore, Pikachu, Jimmy Pritz, and myself. We went back to back to back to back. Winning with PWs on the summer tour of '83. We all were on while we were on staff.
Right on.
How long did they have those endorsements like on the wall and before they like axe them? Like how long did that stay? But they don't have it anymore, right? Mid '90s, it started to kind of go the other way. I think it's probably about the mid '90s. But the incentives got really, really good there for a while.
Shit, Charlie, I'd wear anything you tell me after. I mean,
absolutely,
2000, right? Like,
yeah, in '85 when the Firebolt came out, that was $20,000 to win.
Wow,
is that when you lost to Amleto?
Yeah,
ever hear that one? Right?
Yeah,
ouch.
Yeah, I still can't figure out how I lost that game, but anyway, that's beside the point. But yeah, that was that week. That was that week, and then also that week, one of the other guys that made the show had been using another brand the entire week and the week before.
Balls, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and so anyway, well then Ammonite had the big incentive. It was $20,000 to win. Then it was 20, 10, 865 or something like that. Because I remember I got like $8,000 for using a Firebolt. So, but anyway, but the week before, this guy bowled really well. He might have even made the show the week before. No, he didn't. Because I made that show and he wasn't on that show. But anyway, he bowled really good with the other brand, and then he made the show with that brand again. And on the show, he threw Firebolts.
For the
and the guy that was the rep for the other company went absolute dog shit crazy. Because, I mean, he's given him these balls for 2 weeks.
Sure.
And he's bowling really, really well, and he makes the show, and then all of a sudden he switches brands because of the money.
That's messed up.
Yeah, it was real close to killing the deal with that other company.
Did they have product registered products back then too, or that was
no.
So it was fair game. Whatever you wanted to throw, whatever you wanted to wear,
yeah.
You could have it.
Yeah. The incentives were good.
So compare that to like a typical cash. Like what? Like,
well,
how much money is an average cash?
I made back-to-back shows. I made the show in Baltimore the week before, then I made the show in Long Island the next week. I won $13,000 in prize money and almost $17,000 in incentives.
Oh my God,
that's crazy! Yeah,
yeah. So that was like a $29,000 or $30,000 2 weeks.
I mean, that's great that you were getting subsidized. I mean,
yeah.
Charlie, were there guys that would like go to the wall and say, okay, so an angle would pay more?
Oh, absolutely.
And they would switch drill a ball for the incentive, like,
yeah,
you know what I mean, like whatever they use the whole week, like throw it in the garbage and put it on the ball.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Like the Dick Weber Wristmaster. That was they don't make it anymore, but
I have one.
At least I don't think they do. But anyway, the Dick Weber Wristmaster was real popular. They would just take the guts out of it. There was a lot of them. There was a lot of them like that, but it's money. I mean, you weren't making a whole lot of money, and I mean, if you made a show and happened to catch it right, you could do okay. You could have a couple of weeks where you'd make 30 or 40 grand, I mean, it'd help make your year. It wouldn't do anything now, but that would help make your year back then. You could stay on tour for a while with, but
it's a lot of keno.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But I'll tell you what, you never saw anybody wear these. How about this? This is great. I went right before I turned 50. I went to the PBA senior stop in Jackson. And anyway, so I walked in and I see like 9 guys wearing this. Look at this. How about this? Look at this. Blinders. Check it out.
Okay, I got a story about that, Charlie. I have a story about that.
So we got the package.
Wow. This was told by Timmy Mack. Robert Smith said it. Even Barnes said it. One of the years at the Hoinky, Litch bowled the Hoinky, and we're talking about Larry, not Mike.
Yeah.
And they were so tight where you just had to play 2. So Larry went to his glasses and he put credit cards on the side of his glasses, so he could never look left or right. It was tunnel vision, and he played 2. And Litch would be bowled the whole day at the Hoinky with credit cards on his glasses, just like that thing. So,
oh my God,
yeah, that's a true story.
Well, hey, you know it. Who cares?
I have another question, if I'm allowed, Rob.
Sure, go. Of course.
Charlie, what was the PBA school like? Well, what happened in that? Well, that doesn't exist anymore. So what was that all about?
Well, I think I was at one of the first ones, I think. But they had
Stop an orange.
Well, they would go through all the they would go through all the stuff like the tour would go through, and the conduct and how to dress and how to act and okay, right, and stuff like that. And then they would have they had this they would have a guy come in and talk. This guy named James Arch. He was like I don't know, like a motivational speaker. Not quite as good as Matt Foley, but that would have been great if he'd come in there. Matt Foley, no talk. But anyway, he was kind of a motivational speaker, and then they'd have one of the old timers come in. Well, like at ours, Carmen spoke at ours. Carmen was a hoot to listen to, and but Dick Weber was at, and then there was a test afterwards. If I knew there was a test, I would have paid attention. I had to cheat off of Clay Adams' test.
So you had to pass the course and then get the app signed, or you had to get it signed and then go to the school? Like, what was the process?
Well, you had to go to school. They made you go to school regardless of who you were.
Even if you were just even if you got like a regional player, you had to go. Oh yeah, to join.
No shit. I never heard of that.
Oh yeah, I think. I'm trying to remember what Don Johnson and a lot of those guys are like. What the hell are you going to me and go to school? They're charter members of the thing or whatever. They've been there forever. So why the hell do I got to go to that school? You can teach the school. And they made everybody go. There was a big to do about all that stuff.
You talked about they taught you conduct. I mean, the guys you bowled with, they took the conduct and threw it right out the window. I mean,
oh shit!
Marshall kicking the foul light off the. Punting the foul light.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh Jesus. Yeah, that's another one that Pete Couture was involved in. Yeah, Marshall kicked that thing and Pete was out of his chair. It's a foul, he's screaming at it. But yeah, it was really funny. But Marshall, it was much easier to bowl with him than it was next to him.
Okay.
Next to him was just
take forever, or just
no. Just the way he would act sometimes, but in his, and then he got heckled a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't every week, but I mean, there were times as people just wouldn't leave him alone. the guy's trying to do his job. I don't give a shit how he acts.
Charlie, were you there when he bowled Bo Bowden?
No, I was not.
Bo Bowden won once.
Right, yeah,
he beat Marshall.
Yeah, in foreign bowl, right?
No, it was in Florida.
Oh, Florida, okay.
Rob, I'm showing my memory here, so
okay.
Good job.
No, that's fine.
I'm going to run with this for a sec.
Sure.
But he bowled the guy, and Bowden, had never heard of the guy before. He was kind of like Toby, no offense, but he's kind of like Toby. But Marshall 7-10'd somewhere in that game, and the crowd was cheering for him.
Yeah.
And he went 8 out, and they were cheering even louder for him. Like, is that what Marshall was like? Was he the enemy back then? Like,
yeah.
He was the guy.
Yeah, that happened. It happened in Milwaukee. Once or twice it happened in Milwaukee.
Fred Jaske?
Was that? Gee. It was around that time. I don't remember. I don't remember if it was that, but Hutch and I did a Q&A in between the position round and the last round of the finals, and they were starting to walk out, and some guy jumped in and Hutch let the guy have it. There was no. Marshall's just walking out. He's not doing anything other than going to his pair. But yeah, that happened. That happened more often, a lot more than what it should have. Mm-hmm. But he'd give it right back to him. You wouldn't make any bones. He never got really, really nasty or anything, but he would, make it known that he heard them. That might have been a mistake. But
can you imagine though if Marshall would have won more? He'd be right up there with Walter and everybody else. He made, he had a bad run, for a while.
Yeah, he had one stretch there. Well, I beat him.
Yeah. Come on.
No, you didn't have to say yeah.
Don't sell yourself short. But yeah.
No, actually, I bowled him for a title. I beat him in St. Louis in '89.
Yeah,
and I bowled him. I beat him 3 times. Beat him at match play. Beat him at position round, and beat him on the show. So I bowled really, really well against him.
He's a super nice guy too, from what I heard. Right? He's really, really nice.
Oh, he's a great guy. And,
he's just ultra competitive.
Really funny is that the first time I ever made the finals was in Houston, Texas, and that was in 1980, I think, 80 or 70, no 79, yeah, 1979, and I crossed with him, and I'll tell you what, he couldn't have been nicer. And he was going to make the finals easy, and I had never made it before. And he all but walked me through it. Yeah. Literally almost pretty much walked me through it.
And it was genuine. It wasn't like
absolutely. And I'm like, why are people pissed off at this guy? He couldn't have been nicer. And we got along, we laughed, had a good time, and then I beat him the first game in the finals, and he said, "I'll see you again, asshole." Basically, that's what he said, and I'm like, okay, but that was it. There wasn't, I bowled him again and beat him again, and there wasn't,
So you had his number, basically.
Yeah, I had a really good stretch against him.
Some guys have certain...
and he doesn't know that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, he doesn't. He's like, well, okay, whatever. I made $1.5 million. Right. Okay, sorry I lost to you, jerkweed. So, but yeah, he's a really good guy and fun to play golf with too.
I can
imagine.
He's
a good golfer too, isn't he?
Yeah, he's good. He's good. Well, it's really funny. We were playing golf one time, and I think we were in Portland. And it was him and I, Tony Westlake and Norm Duke. I believe that's who it was, right? And so, or it might have been Warren Nelson. Anyway, whoever it was, they didn't pick up their divot. And he goes, "Hey," and says, "Get your ass back here, pick that up. This golf course belongs to people." And I'm like, "Hey, wait a minute. What about the foul that you kicked out and the rack you busted, the pencils you broke?
Right.
That belonged to people too. That's different."
That's different.
But and he said, yeah, come on, just, don't pick that up and do this, and So, but yeah, I like Marshall. He's a lot of fun.
He's just ultra competitive. I mean, that's probably why he got a bad rap. I mean, he took things seriously. Weber is a super. Pete's a great guy, but people see what he does on TV and they see his antics and all that.
Yeah.
Back in the day when he used to drink and all that. I mean, I'm sure he wasn't pleasant to be around all the time, but he's always been nice to anybody.
No. We used to play darts a lot.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah. We went over to London. This was 1980, 84 or 85, something like that. And there wasn't much to do there other than watch him make cheese on Benny Hill. That was about it.
Yeah.
And so Pete Couture and I went across the street and bought a dartboard and some darts. And we had the dartboard up in our room and the door open. So guys, hey, come on, let's play darts. So everybody went and bought darts, and we all started playing. And when we came back to the States, we all played. Oh God, there was probably a dozen of us that played. And Pete was really, really good. He was really good. Even when he had a pint or two.
Yeah.
He was good. He was good bowling. He was good playing darts.
With all the hand-eye coordination. The hand-eye coordination stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. He'd come in. Oh, geez. He's just, yeah. He'd be a little roasted. But he's so.
Who do you think was a better bowler, him or his dad?
Ooh.
Wow. Probably him.
You think so? Yeah.
Yeah. The best bowler I've ever seen is Norm Duke.
Really? You think? All right. That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah. I mean, just pure of like how to bowl. I mean, just he's incredible.
He is. He is.
He's just. Oh God. I mean, I had the opportunity to cross with him, off and on here and there, and just the crap that he does and the way he attacks it, and I just,
He had a long run. I mean, not many guys had that sustained of a run like him, and Pete, and Walter. Walter still was great to this day.
Well, left-handed now.
Yeah, I saw that. I hurt his shoulder, I guess, and now he's bowling left-handed.
Yeah, I think he had shoulder surgery.
Yeah, I think he said it was like rotator cuff surgery or something like that. Right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
That's probably from horseshoes.
Yeah. I don't know that. I don't know that I'd be going out trying left-handed. Because two-handed, I mean,
he shot 300 two-handed.
I mean, he could get by. I mean, it was he could bowl that way, but it wasn't anywhere near. Nowhere near that what he was. Yeah.
I'm surprised he hasn't shot 300 left-handed yet. I'm sure he will.
Yeah. Well, give him a chance.
Right.
Well, I saw that he just started like a month or two ago.
I believe it's been a couple months. Yeah, I usually watch on Facebook.
It hasn't been very long.
Yeah, but I mean, and that's another guy who's a genius. I don't know. Just literally went to. He has 2 degrees from Caltech or Cal Poly. Was it Caltech or Cal Poly? I don't remember. Somewhere out in California, but literally, he could be a rocket scientist.
He's a genius. He's an absolute genius.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. Well, that's why he has no common sense.
That's good. Nailed it right on it. Yes.
All right.
Good job.
Right. I didn't want my PBA card anymore anyway, so. I'm still mad at him.
Really?
For what? Mad at him.
Oh, boy.
Because I was bowling in Toledo one year, and he came up to me with a pair of scissors and cut the Docker sticker off my pants while I was bowling.
Okay.
I said, what are you doing? I wanted to kill him. I said, what are you doing? He goes, you got a Docker logo on your pants. I goes, who gives a shit? It's 9 o'clock at night. It's snowing. There's nobody in the bowling alley. I said, who cares? You can't have it on there. I said, get away from me. And it did. And him and Harry Sullivan, they walked by with like those little scissors, Dockers or Levi's or I mean, it was.
You couldn't wear those?
What's that?
You couldn't wear those?
No, because they weren't a registered product.
Oh,
that was 90. Oh, that had to be in the middle 90s.
I was going to say, was he the president then? Because I know he was the president around 93 or.
Yeah, probably, or he was close to it. Yeah.
Right.
You just couldn't put a piece of tape over it. You couldn't cover the logo.
Oh no, because it looked terrible. I guess that's what they said. You couldn't put any tape over.
I know when
you're a real doctor.
Shut up, Dad.
Just saying.
Yeah. When he come in he come in like this.
Real doctor.
Yeah. Take your pants off. Wait a minute. No, he didn't say that. But
when Danny Wiseman won in Erie, Walter bowled the tournament. I do remember Schenkel saying that he was the PBA president that year. So I want to say that was 93 or 94, somewhere around.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah.
So that makes sense. That's why he did it. He was the rules police.
When did you stop touring, Charlie?
Full time, 91. And then
were you on and off or no?
I'm sorry.
Were you on and off then, or is?
I made. I had a real good 89. 90 wasn't very good. 91 was okay. I made the show, and after I made that show, I went back out that summer, and the writing's on the wall.
So you missed the whole urethane boom then on tour, or not urethane, resin, when resin burst out in the 90s.
Here, that's my purple hammer.
No, it was.
I can't say
it started. Yeah, it was. Yeah, no, it was. Yeah, I was out there when resin started. In fact, they what the hell year was it in St. Louis? They came out with that Black Ninja and the Teal Rhino, I think it was, and they gave each finalist a ball.
No shit.
And
I still have one.
Yeah, and in fact, Dick Weber made the show there. He's just a Black Ninja on Friday night and absolutely mauled them.
Really, I didn't know he was still bowling that late.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that might have been the last show he ever made.
Mm-hmm. I think Earl.
I'm trying to remember who won. Did Doug Kent win that? I don't remember, but I remember they gave us each one of those balls and drilled it, had us throw them. And at that time I was basically throwing ultimate weapons the whole time.
Yeah.
And because that ball was fantastic, and so I tried the Rhino and I tried the Ninja, and I bowled 210. Hey, four bagger, great, split. Okay, it's 210. It's 210 whether it's double spare, or four bagger open. So I went back to using, but that was about the time that started.
So when you saw the reaction and the shape of the ball, what was your first, coming off of what you've been throwing your whole life, or whether it's plastic or rubber or urethane?
Couldn't beat it.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people said.
Yeah, just good. I mean, that looks pretty good because the ball would get to a certain point and it would just lay off.
Yeah,
and then you would line up to that. Well, now instead of the ball laying off, you couldn't get it to lay off. Then the more you tried, the worse it got. And then at that time there were no big cores or any of that other stuff yet.
Right.
So I know Billy Hall was screwing around with it with a lot of that stuff at that point. When he figured out where the hammers were terrible until Billy Hall figured out where the pin would go. Then all of a sudden, hey, we got something here. It's great. It's crazy, and then how extra holes made a difference, and oh man, it just got wild. And they had and it's so funny how it's coming full circle. We had the urethane balls when they first came out. The angles and all that stuff.
Yep.
And the guys were sanding them to the hilt. And they're literally using little sanding discs in between shots because you could sand it every shot. Bowling next to Mike Durbin, it sounded like he was shaking maracas. It would be, I'm getting ready to, get a sombrero or something. But you had to do it. Well, then they came up with the no sanding rule, and so what guys would do, they would have 6 urethane balls, all sanded with God knows what, 80 grit, 120, whatever.
Yeah.
And then when that ball quit, I went to the next one, went to the next one, went to the next one. They were all the same. Didn't have to because they were charcoaled up that you knew they were going to hook as soon as they hit the floor. And then they started tearing up lane surfaces, and that was as early as oh God, what the hell year was that? That was like in 80. Yeah, that was somewhere in the late 80s, somewhere in there. Because I know that
86, 87, I think. I had an angle as a kid.
they actually had to pay for a couple of resurface jobs.
I mean, that's before synthetic came in.
Yeah. There was some out there, but not much.
So, what is the big deal now, in your opinion? Why is the USBC so hot and heavy against urethane? I don't believe the hardness bullshit.
Jeez, I just don't get it. I understand. Well, this is just my opinion. I mean, it started out where one company had the best urethane ball, and it ran circles around everybody, and so the other companies couldn't use it. So who knows if they said, hey, maybe this is doing this, and maybe this is, and now it's just, now the colleges can't use them.
Yeah, it's sad. I mean, and people that go, amateurs that go to nationals that can't afford, aren't on staff, can't afford to buy, a bunch of different balls, and now they
need to go back to this.
Oh, wow!
How about that?
I had a silver white dot. I had the silver one.
I led the 1982 U.S. Open with this ball.
No shit.
Big Texan?
What's that?
Big Texan? No, that's the name of the center. That was the center, right? Big Texan? Was that the place?
Yeah, Big Texan, yeah. So
I had the silver one, and I had
arsenal. That and a purple white dot. My arsenal at the U.S. Open.
I had the maroon yellow dot.
So, did you? Yeah, those were good too.
I love that ball. I absolutely love that ball.
So, but yeah, I don't know what the hell with the urethane thing. Now they're coming up with what do they call it? Absorption rate or whatever it is, and the thing about it is that somebody's going to figure it out.
Of course,
no matter what they do, somebody will figure it out.
Yeah, Mike,
I remember when Mrs. Tapp was on tour, and speaking of that, she's getting in the USBC Hall of Fame.
Oh, congrats!
Yeah. So, but anyway, when she was on tour and she was bowling at Samstown, and I was sitting in the bleachers with Brian Purcell, who was the Ebonite rep at the time, and they remember the green Nitro R
Slime Time, yeah,
it came out, and we're talking, and I mean, things hooking, that much, and going through the pins like crazy. He goes, Charlie, he said, I don't know. He says, I don't know how much more they can do with a bowling ball. Now it's a spare ball.
Right.
Right. I mean, it's just the technology is just, holy crap. And they just keep working on more and more and more.
It is amazing what they've come up with.
It is. And it's obviously revolutionized the game, and you have to play the game a lot differently than what you did before. I mean, you basically have to kind of learn it all over again. It's the guy that I work for, Andy Schneebelt, here in Jackson. He's probably one of the top instructors in the country, easily in the country, and he's in with Mark Baker and all these other guys, how to teach bowling now. It's so much different. And I did a lot of teaching. Because I coached in college and stuff like that. And it's changed so much, that just the way you have to approach it physically.
I have a buddy of mine, Charlie. He used to be a Team USA guy back in the early '90s, and he just started bowling. He took 17 years off. And you actually may know the guy. He was pretty successful in the amateur ranks for a while. His name is Walter Hastings.
Yeah, I know who he is. Yeah, I know who he is.
From Jersey. And he just started bowling again. And he's struggling with it. And I said, well, Walter, you have to realize you see the lane differently now. Like 20 years ago, we saw the lane like left to right. Now you see the lane front to back. Like it's a total different look at everything. And he's like learning the game all over again. Here's a guy who was on Team USA and was, very talented. And now it's like he's starting from scratch. You're relearning the modern game. It's the truth.
Yeah, and what's really funny is that I had a lesson with a guy day before yesterday. He said he was averaging 123, and he said I probably should have. He took a lesson from me like 2.5 years ago. I said, you're averaging 123 and you waited 2.5 years. What the hell's wrong with you? But a really nice guy. He's a doctor and he's kind of like an actor around here and stuff. And so anyway, he said, "Well, all this is different than what you told me 2.5 years ago." I said, "Yeah." I said it is. Yeah, I mean, it was always, keep your shoulders square, but now it's your shoulder needs to be down, you need to be open, your head needs to be over, the ball needs to be under your head, and I mean, shit, we never thought about that.
Never thought about that. So many guys drop their shoulders now.
Yeah,
never would have thought of that.
Yeah, and like Del Lauren was on with you, last week or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
and him and I talk about it too. It's like, good God. He said, Charlie, he said, just think of how bad we were taught, back 40 years ago. He said, I mean, it was, with the keeping square and all the stuff that we tried to do. And he said, if you go back and you look, and Del's terrific at this stuff, you go back and look and, like how Dick Weber is set up and Don Carter is set up. The ball's under the head, their shoulders down. And then everybody taught, don't drop your shoulder. Keep this square. And he said, and they're doing the opposite. That's what made them so great, And it's just, and it's a lot of fun.
Could those guys...
I wish I was 10 years, 15 years younger. I'd try two-handed.
Right. Could those guys be a factor in today's game?
Yeah, they'd figure it out.
I mean, like Weber and like guys like Don Johnson, like those guys that were, taught, 1, 2, 3, 4. Like if you learn the Ritger method, right? Even Dick Ricker, like guys like that, could they have been successful with the game today?
They'd figure it out. Guys like that would figure it out. Don Johnson was teaching the left arm out front with the thumb down so the shoulder stays in front almost 50 years ago. He was teaching that then. Because I know some people that took lessons with him, and they said he's nuts. That's what he said. He said, the guy's nuts. You know what the hell he's talking about. Oh, he had me this. He said he had my shoulder turned this way and my thumb down, and that's what they're doing now. And this was almost 50 years ago.
I mean, with the new information, I think they would have to adapt their styles, obviously.
Yeah, yeah. They could never bowl,
Rob,
they could never bowl like that.
Right. There's a friend of mine, Rob. He's from New York, and he retired down to Florida, and he actually practices with Bo Burden all the time.
Oh,
Have you seen the videos, Charlie, of Bo bowling?
Yes, he looks the same.
He looks fantastic. He's 80 years old, and
that's awesome.
He did our show a while, I remember like 2-3 years ago, me and Justin.
Yeah.
He holds the Florida state record for the highest average for a league season. He did it at 72 years old. He averaged 247 for an entire season. At 72.
Wow.
Yeah.
And he looks the same.
Yeah, he does.
He looks the same.
A little bit slower. That's about it.
That's a guy I would love to talk to.
How good was he? Was he everything was made up?
He's phenomenal. He was.
I mean, he was pretty much. He was on the other side when I started. I mean, he was about. He had the TV gig and all that stuff, and I mean, he bowled. He still bowled good. Obviously, he made a lot of finals and stuff and TV shows and snuck a win in there. But yeah, he's terrific. I mean, I remember standing on the concourse with him when we were bowling in. I can't remember if it was Anaheim or Gable House, and he's explaining to me the soaker boards on the lanes, and he said, Charlie, he said, yeah, if you ever get in trouble, of course everything was wood, everything was wood, and he said, you see the dark boards? He goes, yeah. He goes, well, they hold oil more. So if you're ever in trouble, he says, a lot of times you can just line up to that or play that. He says it'll let you play outside a lot longer or in the track a lot longer if there's enough of them and all this other stuff. And I'm like, oh, for Christ's sake. Well, then, like a couple tournaments later, I'm struggling, legs are hooking and everything, and I see these dark boards and I go play them, and it was bombs away. I'm like, how the hell you know this stuff? And then when I'm coaching college, and this was 40 years later or whatever, coaching college, and we're bowling in a place that has wood lanes. It was, in fact, it was in Toledo, and so we're like buried in third or fourth. We're like 100 out of the lead with like 2 Baker games to go. And I thought, I know I'm missing something here, and so anyway, I look, and we're going to go from the right lane to the left lane, and I look down the lane, and I see one of these soaker boards, and so my leadoff guy. I mean, if you left a 10 pin, you might as well forget it. He ain't making it.
9 split.
So anyway, that's all he can leave us is the 10 pin, right? So we switched to pairs, and I said, listen, just throw a shot and leave a 10 pin. But I can't. I said, leave a 10 pin, right? He said, oh, that's no problem. So he gets up there, wham, leaves a 10 pin. And he goes, well, now what? I said, I promise you're going to make this. I said, I promise. He goes, okay, all right. I said, see that board there? Yeah. I said, line up to it, right? I said, I don't give a shit where you get your feet. Put your feet over here somewhere and square yourself up there. And the ball hits that board and it backs off. And I'm like, we got these guys, right? So I get them all in a bunch. I said, see that? I said, just get your feet over here somewhere and hit that, and we'll be fine, right? 240, 250. We won the tournament by 70.
And they thought you were a genius, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah.
Well, of course.
I told them I was, but yeah. And they said, where the hell did you learn that? I said, I learned that 40 years ago.
Wow.
And they said, you're kidding. I said, no, I told them the same story I just told you guys. I'm standing on the concourse with Bo Burton in 1981 in Los Angeles somewhere.
I never knew that. Never knew that. Did you know that, Mike?
Yes. Of course, there's not too many wooden lanes anymore.
No, right.
But it still holds true. We bowled a senior regional one in Charleston, West Virginia.
Uh-huh.
Just before the tournament champions. That was on wood. It was the same thing.
No shit.
Same thing.
Did you ever ask why? Like, why is that? What's it made out of, or what?
It's just I don't know. It's just harder. Huh. The wood is just harder. The darker wood is harder. Yeah. That's what she used to say. Yeah. Hey,
right. Can I ask another question, Rob? Am I allowed to?
No, not at all.
Okay. So, Charlie, you talk about like old beat up wooden lanes, right?
Yeah.
You ever bowled the Peterson?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Got any good Peterson stories?
I had 1607 there one time.
Get out of here. Good. Really?
Yeah.
You didn't win with 1607?
No. One of the guys on my team won it. Yeah. It was the lowest winning score in, he won it with like 1630 something, I think.
And you bowled in the old place, right? In the warehouse?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, that place was, oh, God, what a mess. Do you guys ever see that place? The old place?
Never been there, no.
Oh,
I've heard the stories of it.
You walk up these stairs, and on the right there's like 6 lanes that have never been oiled before. then there's a bar, and there's 16 lanes that God knows what's on them, right? And there's dips and curves and just all kinds of crap,
like
right?
A fun house.
The lane one, the wall on lane 1 is literally that far from the left gutter.
That's what I heard. Yeah.
Yeah, and of course you have to play inside because the lane hooks, and the ball would go, and then it would kind of go down and disappear a little bit. Literally, it would go down and disappear a little bit. Then it would come up and it kind of chicane a little bit to the left. I mean, it was insane. and then they had all these old guys keeping score, and they were the really big score tables with paper and the pencils that look like redwoods, and there's no dots, no arrows, no nothing, on the lane. I think there was arrows. Was there arrows? No, anyway, but there's no dots, no nothing.
You might as well just close your eyes and just.
And you can only bring 2 balls in there.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I bowled it once.
When we went, I mean, nobody even had 2. You just brought 1, But, yeah, and then you get there, you give it to a guy, and then he puts him in a shopping cart.
Yep.
Right? Puts him in a shopping cart, and then you don't see him again until you get out on the lanes. And then they're on your pair, and they have a chalk mark, a big, huge chalk mark on with your lane number on it.
Charlie, we had a guy in our group, he had a 4-bagger at one point, which was unheard of. And this is in the new place, so I didn't bowl in the warehouse. And they made him sit for about 15, 20 minutes. They broke the pair down.
Oh, yeah.
And the ball came back. His ball was stuck. The ball came back, and there was grease in the thumb hole.
I heard that.
Filled the thumb hole with grease.
Now, they would never do that. They would never do that. But they would. The year I had 1,600, I had 848 after 4.
Oh.
And so when we went to the fifth game, it was okay. I went like spare strike, spare, and then I left 2-4-5, and my ball didn't come back. Right. So and it was on the left lane. I like it lane 9 or whatever the hell it was. And so anyway, wait, and I'm like, I know what's going on. So I'm just going to sit here and wait. I'll just wait. And it was probably 20 minutes, something like that. As the ball is coming up, it's above ground ball return, obviously. As the ball is coming up, a door opens up in the back. And it's all bright light. You couldn't see the pins if you wanted to. The glare was probably 10 feet up the lane. And I'm like, I think I've got the 2-4-5, but I can't see it. Of course, I missed it by like 10 feet, And I shot like 140. And then the next 3 games, they bowled pretty good again. But yeah, it was just nuts. And then of course, there's no dots or anything on the approach. So the one year I took one of the pencils and I marked it. And the guy walk across the lanes. They walk across the lanes when they change your name. There's these things that hang way down. That's all the old guys that won it from like
they hang over the lane, right?
Yeah, 1906 or whatever the hell it is, So they would take your name tag and they would walk right across the lane. And the guy comes off the lane and he looks and he goes, "Hey, what's this shit?" And I went, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "You can't mark that on there." And I said, "Why not?" He goes, "Guys, because I said you can't." Right? So he goes to the score table. And they still had a round ball with the water on it. Ever see where they had them on those old score tables? Uh-huh. They had a round ball that one had water, and one had powder. So one had white powder, one had water. Yeah. So anyways, so he turns the ball, gets it on a rag, and goes and he wipes it off. And now instead of a smudge being the size of a dime, it's the size of a 50-cent piece. He goes, "There, that's better." Okay. Yeah, it is. It's much better. Shit. No, but yeah, that place is, oh, God. And at the other side, like you say, never ever was oiled. And we would go over there and we I don't know why we practiced. I mean, it had no, the first time I ever went, I was a hot shit 18-year-old kid that was, averaging 212 or whatever it was, at the time, and this guy, this Bob Levick, I'll never forget. He goes, "Charlie, so I'll bet you $10." He goes, "You don't get 2." I said, "2?" I said, "What are you talking about, 2?" Right? He goes, "I bet you don't get 2." I go, "Nah, bullshit." Right? So anyway, I threw it 100 miles an hour. And I got a strike. So anyway, we get to the other side. He said, "All right, I'll bet you $10. You don't get 3." Oh, come on, Bob. I said, "Yeah, okay, right. I got 1." I got one off the right. and that's how the whole day went. I don't know what the hell I had like 12:02 or something for that. Oh shit, it was terrible.
That's really cool.
But God, what a lot of fun.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But yeah, it's funny. Last year when I was coaching college and we one of the tournaments was at the center where they have the Peterson in Chicago, right? And so the side where they have the Peterson, it's like they forgot to change the pins. I mean, there were literally the bottom of the pins were missing. They were this much shorter, and they were tilted like this,
almost like duck pin size.
No, they were actual pins, but the bottoms were missing.
Oh shit!
And they let the college bowl on that.
Huh.
And wait a minute, this isn't the Peterson. This is a major college tournament. But I mean, everybody had a bowl on it. But it was just at one side of the house, and it wasn't every pair. It was just some pairs still had the Peterson pins in them.
And the rule of the Peterson was if you had 10 pins up on the lane, you had to throw it. You couldn't take a re-rack at the Peterson.
No. There were some of the racks that weren't quite as bad as the Peterson, but did you see the picture of the one rack that Riggles put that had 11 pins?
No.
Yeah. There was one that had 11. Amazing.
That's the best tournament in the world.
Oh, God. So, yeah, it's too bad the old place isn't there. Did you go to the new place, Mike?
I went to the place in Schaumburg.
Oh, okay.
That was I went. I was 19. That was almost 25 years ago. I went there.
But the guy with the blue Chrysler, was he still there?
I don't remember that. All I remember is they had the golden doors.
Yeah.
And they had a bell, like a wrestling bell.
Right. Yeah.
And they would ring the bell to start the squad.
Yeah.
And if you were a new guy, you went first. So I was the first, and it was the same thing like you said. The guy said, "I'll bet you $5 you can't get more than 5."
Yeah.
I had 3 after 2 frames. 3.
Nice.
Not 30. 13. No, 3.
Yeah, 3.
0.
Yeah.
3.
I believe that.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because the old place in Chicago that was on 35th and Archer, where you parked, if you were stupid enough to drive, where you parked, there was a guy that had an old blue and white Chrysler.
Okay.
That you would give him $1 to watch your car. The Chrysler didn't run. That car was always in the parking lot every year. And so you would give him, if you drove in, or even the buses would go in there, because we took a bus from St. Paul to Chicago, and then the bus would park there. And so he would charge $1 to watch your car. And then what was really funny is then when they moved it, when they moved it from 35th and Archer to whatever the first new place was, I think Hoffman Estates, they took that car with them. And that car was in the parking lot.
That's awesome.
We got there and I'm like, there's no way that car is there.
Charlie, were there windows in the old place, like along the wall? Were there windows or a door, like some kind of a door or something that led to the outside? And I'll tell you why I'm asking.
In the old place?
Yeah, in the warehouse.
I think there was some windows on the other side. When you walked in and you went up the stairs, there was those lanes to the right, and then there were some windows in the bar area. Yeah.
But no, like on the lane, there were no windows.
No.
Or they may be like a door or something led to the outside, something like that. John Paris told a story. He bowled Peterson in the 70s, and he had like 5 or 6 in a row to start a game. And obviously they took the ball, and the ball was hidden in the back. But he said they either windows or they opened a door, and it was snowing outside. It was in the middle of winter in Chicago, and they were letting the snow.
Well, there was a door in the back, yeah.
And that's probably what it was.
Yeah,
they had
the door
snow.
In the back, yeah.
Yeah, they had snow go on the lane to freeze him. Yeah,
I never heard that one before.
That was Paris. Paris told that story all the time.
Oh yeah, nothing. There was nothing off limits. I mean, they would never do. I mean, they would, take your ball and and screw up the pins and all that stuff. But they never would do anything like put grease in the thumb hole. Or
that was the new Peterson that did that.
Yeah, that's a little dangerous. Jeez,
you okay, Oach?
He's got to lube up them bones.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And they had the lumberjack there too, Rob.
Oh, really?
I had that with you, Charlie. They had the lumberjack at the Peterson.
Ocho's on daddy duty.
The other side of the wall, they were stone cold walled up, but you were bowling against 6-pound pins.
6-pound pins.
5.5 to 6 pound pins.
Oh shit.
The Hoinky had the magnesium.
The Hoinky did that too, didn't they?
The Hoinky had that, yeah.
Yeah.
And it was like you had to throw like 5 in a row, and you won. It was like $5,000, like $5,000 or something like that.
Yeah.
And like Rudy and Robert and all those guys did it all the time, and they could never get the 5. I don't think they ever got the 5 in a row. I don't know how you strike on a 5.5 pound pin or on a magnesium pin.
Oh God. Yeah, they had Dennis Baldwin had magnesium pins at his place, and when he owned Country Club lanes in Baltimore, he had some magnesium pins that me, Ozio, and Webb practiced on. That was different. They weren't heavy. They were just magnesium pins. So never really saw him after that. Vargo too. Yeah.
That's a good one too. The Vargo. Yeah. That was here.
I never bowled any of that stuff out east like that because I was a Midwest flathead. What the hell would I go? It's my buddy Randy from California calls me. He's, hey, you want a Michigan flatheads?
I always thought you still had the coolest name for a bowler, man. Just Tapp.
Yeah.
I mean, because
just lucky.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, my mother said, "You want to play golf or bowl?" This is when I was 8 years old.
No shit. Yeah.
Yeah, and we were watching the tour because there was a commercial, Miller High Life commercial that Billy Hardwick did, where he made the 6-7-10, I think, or the 4-7-10, one of the two. And then he, pulled up the bottle of beer, and so I said, "Yeah, bowl." So that's how it started. And I think the guy that drilled my first ball, I think he's still alive. I think he's still alive. Wow. He's in St. Paul, Minnesota. Eddie Marin. I think he is. I'm not 100% sure, but you have to be like 102.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, I bought it at Goodman Jewelers. It was a black pearl crown jewel. Paid $35 for it.
Was that a rubber or plastic?
Plastic.
Yeah.
And Rob, we're in the presence of a PBA record holder here too tonight.
Yeah, the oldest PBA member to throw 300. Is that correct?
Yeah, is that crazy or what?
That is.
After that game, Dave Lamont and Jim Callahan came up to me and he goes, "Charlie," he said, "what are you trying to figure out?" He says, "We think you're the oldest ever." I said, "Really?" He was, "Yeah." So I called Johnny. Actually, I called Johnny the next day. And I figure if anybody would know, it'd be him.
Sure.
And he said, "Charlie," he said, "the last guy I know that shot 300 that was in his 70s, he said, it was me." He did it when he was 72, I think, the tournament in New Jersey or somewhere out in New York, I think. He goes, he said that he thinks that was the oldest. So, yeah, it's pretty good.
My man.
Pretty good, yeah. I'm proud of that. I mean, good thing I didn't know. I'd have probably hit my ankle.
Right, no shit.
Don't tell me. Whatever you do, don't tell me.
How old are you now, Charlie?
I'm 74.
You look great, man.
I'll be 75.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where's my thumb though? I'm going to the surgeon on Friday.
For what?
Yeah, I don't know if it's a cyst or what, but I can't bend my thumb anymore.
Yeah, it sucks.
So yeah.
Other than that, though, I mean, other than being gray, I mean, you look the same, honestly.
I feel good.
That's good.
My wife keeps me young, and hanging around, coaching the college, and and all that stuff like that was a lot of fun. And
how's the knee holding up?
I've never had a knee issue in my life.
That's awesome. That's great. No, good for you.
Yeah.
That's hard. It's the first thing obviously.
Yeah, brain issue.
I know Johnny Sr. is having knee issues. He can't bend anymore, so he's pretty much straight up. But I mean, it happens to a lot of the older guys. But that's good.
Well, I have knee issues. I can't bend, but I still.
Well, right.
And he's very active on social media, Rob. Very active on social media, Charlie.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if they had social media when he bowled on tour?
Can you imagine that? Right.
Oh God. Oh jeez.
I love that Pete Weber's on it now. Like Pete's on there every day now, like posting Starbucks videos and shit. Like,
yeah, I noticed that he's on there a little bit more.
I think that's cool. But imagine back in the 80s.
Oh my God.
Pete on Twitter and Facebook. Jesus, he'd be fined every week.
Oh shit.
Just put him, Charlie, and Hutch, and Mike Miller. We love Mike.
Yeah. Oh God.
Yeah. Get those guys Facebook back in the 80s and the 90s.
Oh my God. It's just. Oh, jeez, I can't even imagine. We got enough trouble with the way it was.
But even cell phones, Charlie, like, if they had cell phones back then, they wouldn't be able to get away with half the stuff that they used to get away with.
Oh, God, no.
I mean, everybody has a camera now. You can't do shit anymore without, somebody catching you. But
I mean, you can't say anything. You can't. No. I mean, that's the one thing. That's the one thing I hated about coaching in college. I mean, it's shit.
Yeah,
it's terrible.
World. It's a different world.
Yeah, but it's like what we were talking about, like with the, not being able to bend and all the other stuff. It's like when I give when I give lessons, and the senior guys that I work with a lot of different senior guys, and it's just, well, you just got to bend over just a little bit, and then when they do, it sounds like wood cracking, it's like, yeah. Well, you only have to bend over a little bit, some, but
can you?
Yeah, it's so much different. But it's a lot of fun.
Can you teach the two-handed method, or you can?
Yeah, you got a pretty good handle on it. like Andy is like Andy's terrific, and then I'll talk with Dell, I'll talk with Mark Baker, still talk with all those guys.
Bakes is great. We love Baker too.
Yeah. I mean, they just Mark's phenomenal. Holy crap!
Oh, he can coach anything.
I mean, of all people that to end up being one of the best coaches in the world, it would be him, because you would never, because of the way that he was and how he bowled and the way he acted and what a wild man, and you would never think that he would sit down and go through all this stuff, and learn it. But when I went in Seattle, the first person I saw when I walked in the bowl was him, and I hadn't even thrown a ball in. In fact, I was bringing my stuff in. He goes, "Chaz, this is all you."
Chaz.
I said, "It is."
Yeah.
He goes, "Yeah." And I won. I led the thing and I won. And Joe Hutch was the same way. I hadn't thrown a ball yet, and he threw 2 balls in practice. He goes, "Charlie," he said, "You'll make the show here."
Yeah.
And the guys knew. I mean, that's how smart those guys are. They're all like that. They're all like that.
What happened between 83 and 89? Just not being able to win any more titles. Anything you ever put your finger on, or? Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, after 85, my brother died suddenly, and that was really tough. Sure.
And that kind of, and then I got divorced. I went through a divorce and got pretty sick. I mean, I always weighed like right around 205 to 210, and I was down to 140 pounds.
Wow.
140 pounds in my.
You're 6'5", right? 6'4", 6'5"?
6'5", yeah.
6'5", yeah.
Yeah, and my skin was falling off. My fingernails fell off. I mean, it was terrible.
Yeah,
it was absolutely terrible. And I just couldn't get anything under control. And I brought a lot of it on myself.
Right.
I mean, obviously not the thing with my brother. That was a shocker.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. I didn't know all that.
Yeah, I was getting ready. Well, Pete Tur and I were ready. We were bowling in Kansas City. We were ready to. There was a tournament. We were coming to Toledo, I think, something like that. And I got a phone call from my wife at the time. She said, "Well, you're something going on with your brother." And I said, "Oh shit," And so my sister-in-law called me, and so she said, "Yeah, he got up to pour a cup of coffee and had a heart attack."
Wow.
And rushed him to the hospital. And he was supposed to go to the hospital that day for an endoscopy. And so he got a little bit sick the night before. And so anyway, he had been the doctor's group or HMO or whatever it was. This is in the middle 80s. 87 or 86, and so it was all different then. And he just couldn't get an answer from a doctor. And they finally got a hold of him about 11 o'clock and said, "Well, it's you've been fasting, so it's probably some kind of a gas thing and all this other shit."
Yeah.
So anyway, then he walked outside and picked up the newspaper, came in the house, poured a cup of coffee, and dropped down in the kitchen.
Jeez.
So he's only 39 years old.
Wow.
So yeah, then it just.
Well, that's a good reason for not wanting to bowl, for not being able to bowl.
Yeah, he had 2 little kids. 2 little kids. He did 3 tours of duty in Vietnam. Just all kinds of shit. Came home.
I'm sure
back in Vietnam when it was tough and they were looked down, they were frowned upon, and he just never. The poor bastard just never caught a break. Then he ends up dying 39 years old. So I mean, and everybody, in my family, I'm the oldest living person that in my family. Jeez. They never made it past 60.
Man,
so and a lot of not to get too but a lot of what I do and a lot of the way that I commit myself to doing what I'm doing is because of them.
Oh, sure,
yeah. Oh, absolutely.
I mean, they I'm fortunate enough to still be alive. And I mean, of all the goofy shit I've done, and drag racing and all the other stuff, and all that's always went well, and I appreciate that, it's like my mother, when she died, she worked in a packing house for 35 years. Probably missed 3 days of work in 35 years.
Yeah.
And standing there on her feet, cutting friggin' glands out of pigs for, and just shit like that.
Old school, man. That's
and she died in the place. She died a month before she was going to retire.
Ugh.
Just suddenly, and it's like, just all those things, put together and all that stuff, it's just, that's why I'm doing what I'm doing.
Well, shit, I'm sorry I asked you about that.
I'm lucky enough to be healthy enough to do all this stuff, and I really, really appreciate it.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Having a wife that
and I had a wife that lets me do that stuff once in a while. And, oh God, she's a pain in the ass, but that's yeah. So, but it's all been pretty good, and I just owe a lot to that. That's how I approach things, and as goofy as I am and act, and like the guy that I coached with last year, he goes, you're like a 20-year-old. I go, man, what the hell? My life's too short.
No shit, right? You're on house money right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, yeah. Speaking of that,
you're on a free roll right now, buddy.
Yeah. Speaking of that, so when I started drag racing, and I got the car. It's a long story, and I got the car from my stepson and all this other stuff. So anyway, so Marla said, she's just like this. She goes, you know what? I don't give a shit what you do. I said, what do you mean? She goes, you're living longer than anybody in your family. She goes, that's what she said. She goes, you're on borrowed time. You know what? I don't give a shit if you go 300 miles an hour. Just go do what you want to do. Right. And it's been like that. And that's how she is.
Yeah.
I mean, she needs to be kicked in the ass for it once in a while, because I shouldn't be doing stuff that I'm doing, but I mean, that's just kind of how we live. And, we have a lot of fun together. We've been together for 40 years, for crying out loud.
I love it.
She has the patience of a saint then to deal with you for 40 years.
Oh, God.
No shit, right?
Oh, yeah. She's a real saint, all right. But I couldn't be happier for her being in the Hall of Fame. She should have been in a long time ago.
You had told me that a long time. She was the one, a bunch of Eagles, and she wasn't in, right? She was
she's got 4.
Wow.
Yeah. Long time. And she's won a lot of stuff locally. She won the state senior queens, I don't know how many times, and she finished second to the national senior queens. Oh, this has been a while now, but so yeah, she had a pretty good run, and everybody kind of, I'd say, well, how come she's not in? She's not in. I don't know. So, but I think from what I understand, Chad Murphy kind of stepped up because there was a couple other people in that similar situation that have all those Eagles that wasn't getting in. And so thankfully to him, he stepped up and said, hey, listen, there's a lot of people out there that deserve to be in that aren't getting in. And so anyway, finally this year is her year.
Well, if Reno can get in, anybody can get in.
Yeah, couldn't be happier for her.
Reno, right?
Yeah. And I think it's the end of April. 29th of April, I think. That's what I heard.
That's so cool. That's
yeah. So it should be fun. She said, am I going to give her a speech? I was, no, I'm not going to. No, that's her deal. That's her deal. I'm not going to get up there and,
Come on, you have to induct your wife.
Yeah. Well, I'll introduce her.
Right. Here she is.
yeah, here she is. There you go.
Come on down. Just like The Price is Right. Come on down.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we used to, there were some bowling wives that were on The Price is Right.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Marshall Holman's girlfriend won the whole thing, showcase and all.
No shit.
Yeah.
That's
they used to, when we both in LA, they used to go.
That's pretty random.
Yeah. Well, it isn't random when you would look at their cup sizes.
On that note,
listen, I'm just speaking the truth.
There's nothing.
I'm on borrowed time, so I don't give a shit when anybody thinks.
Yeah, fuck it, right?
I talk to Charlie every day. He sends me messages every day, and as long as I get those, I know his feet are on the ground. I'm a happy guy.
That's like me with Jesus Christ. I cannot I can't even put a thought together tonight. Hold on one second. Give me a second. It's brain fog. It's
old age, Rob.
It's not old. Danny Wiseman.
Oh, Danny, yeah.
Danny texts me all the time because he's a closet Republican, right? He doesn't want people to know that. I mean, nobody watches the show anyway, so nobody will know. But he'll send me memes like all the time because he doesn't want to post it because he doesn't, he has to think about his brand and he doesn't want to piss anybody off. But if you ever want to chat up him about politics, man, he is a savage.
Voss is another one.
Is really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Don't talk to Walter, though. But no, just talk to... Don't talk to Walter about that. But no, Danny is...
Well, I'll be goose-stepping.
Danny's a good guy. Yeah, right? Danny's a real good dude. P-Dom, too. I don't know if many people know it, too, but...
Who's that?
Patrick Dombrowski.
Is he?
Yeah.
There's a lot of closet guys like that.
There is. And the more I do the show, the more I find out. So
Charlie waving. Yeah.
But anyway, Charlie, we appreciate you coming on, brother. We got to wrap it up. My kid just got back home.
Oh, yeah. It was a little late.
It's been a couple hours, and we absolutely had a blast tonight, man. We definitely have to have you on again.
Yeah, I'd love to do
later.
It. Nice. I'm glad I finally figure out how to operate this thing.
If Johnny ever comes back, we'll definitely have you on for him because
that'd be great.
I know he'd want to talk to you.
Yeah, that'd be great.
He's dealing with some shit, but
and there's another guy over here too.
He's not bad. He's not bad.
He's okay.
You look great, by the way, Mike.
Yeah, Ocho, the muscle guy.
Ocho. That guy, he always looks great. He always looks good. Mike, you look fantastic.
Is it hot under that mask?
What mask?
Oh yeah, well yeah.
Mike, how much weight have you lost?
I'm down almost 70 pounds.
Good for you.
Are you really?
Good for you, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's awesome.
I'm trying.
I'm down 3 pounds.
I need
3
your tips.
pounds?
That's it.
Wow. But I'll tell you what, you look damn good.
He is like a Greek god. He's an Adonis.
Oh,
he hasn't lifted a weight since COVID, and he's still got the peaks.
Oh, shit. I should have told Ocho my Kerry Von Erich story.
Oh, God. All right. We'll wrap it up with that. Yes.
Holy shit. We're having him on in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Oh, my God.
I actually had his nephews on. I had
right?
What's that?
93 he died? 92 or 93 he died, I think.
I believe so.
Yeah.
I met his brother, Kevin.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they're all those Von Erichs.
Except for Kevin.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Kevin's
They were cursed. They're like the Kennedy family.
Yeah, they are. I had Kevin's kids on one of my shows. I used to do a wrestling show, and I had the Von Erich boys, Kevin's boys on there. And
I'll tell you what, Kerry Von Erich couldn't have been nicer. I'll tell you that story.
He was a shot.
No. We got to hear it now. We'll wrap it up with
he
that.
Was a shot putter, discus guy. What was he? He was a discus guy, right?
Discus guy. Yeah.
Wait. Okay.
So we're bowling a pro-am in Dallas, and this is early '80s. So
when they were hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they had the what the hell was there? They had that little wrestling thing down there in Dallas.
Sportatorium. That's what it was.
Sportatorium. That's it. The world's
damn
famous.
right.
Yeah. Right. So anyway, we're bowling a pro-am, and I mean the celebrities that are there. I mean, like Roger Staubach. I mean, all the Dallas Cowboys, Texas Rangers. A lot of them are there, right? So we're like towards the end pair. Hutch and I can't remember who the other one was, and they had 60 lanes there, and we're like on 55.
I'm telling you right now, it's worth it.
So anyway, I'm standing there, and Hutch taps me on the shoulder. Excuse my French. He goes, "Charlie, look at this fucking guy." Right? We turn around, and he's just ripped.
Yeah,
hair down to his shoulders. Everybody in the place is following him. Everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't give a shit that Roger Staubach is there, and they're following this guy.
They were gods.
250, and he's shredded. That's how
he was
gigantic,
right?
That family could do no wrong in Dallas.
So he came down. He came down to my pair, and Hutch goes, "Charlie," he said, "I think that's Kerry Von Erich." Because I remember the Von Erichs. I followed wrestling when they were in Minneapolis and all that shit all the time.
They were gone yet, right?
Ever since I was a little boy.
It
was the AWA area there.
Like, holy Christ. So we start talking to him, and he had a place in Kansas, outside of Kansas City, where he trained and all that stuff.
Now. Holy shit!
And he knew that we were going to go bowl in Kansas City. He gave us his phone number and everything.
Wow!
He said, "You guys can come out there, visit our ranch or whatever the hell it was." I mean, he couldn't have been nicer. And then before he left, he goes, "How many friends you got here?" We said, "Well, he said, you guys want to come to the matches Saturday night at the Sportatorium?"
Wow!
Sure, hell yeah!
Right.
Yeah. So we all hop in the van, go. He said, "Just go to the back door where the wrestlers go." We knock on the door, walk in. All the wrestlers are there. We're bullshitting with everybody, and then they finally said, "Okay, you guys, you got to go," because everything's going to start.
Right.
It was awesome.
That's awesome. Charlie, I'm sorry. That's the best story of the night. That's
right. It was great.
Right.
And that's where Lenny Guccione almost decapitated the guy with a hot dog bun. But that's a whole nother story.
All right, we'll save that one for next
time. Plenty more where that came from, buddy.
By the way, that place was a dump, I heard. The Sportatorium.
Oh,
it was a beautiful dump, is what it was. It was a beautiful dump.
It was a pole barn. It was a pole barn with a ring in it.
Yep.
6,000 metal seats, no heat, and a bunch of people with no teeth.
Yep. Just
with the string and a string that came across the front. That's what it was. The string that came across.
Yeah, they didn't have a barricade. They had like a rope.
They had to hop over the string to get to the ring.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh shit!
See, I never would have guessed that you were a wrestling fan too.
No,
well, I guess growing up in the Midwest, that makes sense.
Yeah,
absolutely. Minnesota.
Yeah, Minnesota.
Yeah, I bowled Larry the Axe Hennig in a celebrity bowling match.
Oh,
it was God, it was crazy.
I heard he was a massive human being too.
Oh, huge!
Oh, God, yeah.
His neck
nicest guy in the world. He was selling real estate.
That's amazing.
That's when Kurt Hennig started to wrestle.
Man, Kurt was so good in the ring too. Jesus, man. Yeah, Minnesota was a hotbed. You're right.
Yeah, it was. Yep.
I did a show with Nikita Koloff Nikita Koloff one time. He was from Minnesota as well. Yeah, he's a Minnesota guy.
No, he didn't. He sucks. He's full of shit.
No, he's a super nice guy. But
yeah, we saw Mad Dog Vachon at the gas station. That was pretty cool.
That's cool.
When we were kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where Flair got his start too in Minnesota, right, Rob?
Flair's from Minnesota originally.
Flair got his start in Minnesota too, right?
Yeah. He trained with Gagne. He quit the first day, and he came back.
And he went back 2 months later, something like that. And then he got in shape. He was 330. He was 330 when he first got in there.
He played football.
A lot of guys were from there.
We're not talking about that. Shit, I'm getting rained on now. What the frig is going on here?
Yeah, I mean, Rick Rude, Barry Darso, from Demolition.
Yeah.
Smash was from there.
Who the hell's Barry Darso except for
Road Warriors were there. Yep. Man, that
shit.
Anyways, all right, we'll save all that for a different show.
Okay, we'll talk wrestling the next time.
No, we will, because we're all big wrestling marks. So
sweet.
I never watched it. Don't know anything about it.
No.
Well, Charlie, again, we appreciate you coming on, brother.
All right, you guys, it was a lot of fun.
Thank you for giving us 2 hours of gold.
Yeah,
thank you.
It was good to finally have you on. We do appreciate you coming.
Thanks.
Justin Bone will be on next week. Mike Val will be back here as well to guest co-host again. And we're looking to have Brandon on.
Who are we guesting next week?
Me, buddy,
Justin,
me.
Christ. I can't.
I'm the guest next week. Are you
Justin
shitting me?
Bone will be here next week. We got a Bone and Xano
Nice
Zone
man.
reunion next week. So it'll be good to have you two together.
There's
What the fuck is going
I
on
see
here?
it now. No, it looks like Halo.
Freaking leaves falling down.
Is that
Fucking
snow?
all the leaves falling down right the fuck now.
It looks
Are
like
you
snow.
shitting me?
Anyways, Justin Bone will be here next week, and Mike Val will be here next week as well. So thanks again to Charlie Tapp for coming on. We appreciate him giving us 2 hours. A fantastic story. Super nice guy. I still can't believe he's 74, Mike. That's crazy. No, he doesn't at all.
52. Almost.
Ouch.
He's a riot.
Doesn't matter.
He is.
Doesn't matter.
It was great to finally have him on after having him in our chat for the last 4 years. So,
yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Appreciate your support. Again, if you're not subscribed to us on YouTube, please hit us up. We are over 1,000 subs now, so we are now officially partnered on YouTube. We're coming up with subscription models as soon as we get the main guy back, if he ever comes back. But we also have
I'm the main guy.
We also have super chats and super stickers. If you want to support the show, you could always do that during the show as well. And at the beginning of the year, we will be stopping our stream on Facebook. We will be YouTube only. So if you are not subscribed to us, please search up Straight Up 5 Podcast.
Get on Facebook, you fucking idiots.
Facebook is so 2005. So.
Hey, man, it's 2025. Fuck that shit.
We'll be back next week. We appreciate you guys. Good night, everybody.
Thanks for listening to this edition of Straight Up 5 with Johnny Petraglia Jr. You can follow the show on Twitter at Straight Up 5 Pod. Follow Johnny Jr. at JPJR07. Follow Rad Rob at Rad Rob Gaming. And follow Dr. Ocho at the Dr. Ocho. Got a question for Johnny? Send your questions to straightup5podcast@gmail.com. We'll see you next time for another edition of Straight Up 5 with Johnny Petraglia Jr. Right here on the Rad Rob Radio Network.